We have made it to June, people. Can we get a round of applause for surviving the past 2 crazy months that we've just experienced with Mercury retrograde and eclipse season and just so much going on? So let's just take a moment. Very, very good job, everybody. The astrology of June and really the energy of June is fantastic. And to be honest, I feel like we are all going to start to feel kind of like this spiritual awakening or something spiritual happening, something on the horizon. We're all going to be tapping in and noticing this month. If this is your first time here, my name is Courtney and this is my Cosmic Energy monthly download. I am so happy to have you here. In today's video, I will be highlighting the energetic themes of the month, dive into some astrology, and also recommend some crystals that pair very nicely with the energy of June. Alrighty guys, so for the flow of today's video, I'm going to start off with the astrology, talking about this full moon in Sagittarius. I'll be then highlighting Venus entering Leo, kind of hinting towards something that's happening in July. And then I'll be diving into the new moon in Gemini, which coincides with Saturn beginning its retrograde. And then I'll be talking about Cancer season and the solstice. After that, I will be then transitioning over to my current crystal favorites and just fun chit chat time. All right, kicking us off on June 3rd, we have a full moon in Sagittarius. This energy is really going to help us kind of like think outside the box. You know, a lot of plans may be in the works during this time. Maybe you've been putting off, making plans because of Mercury retrograde. And now we are finally here in June. The shadow period from Mercury retrograde is gone and we can start to think about where we want to head with our travels and all that good stuff. Sagittarius energy is very go, go, go. And I really can foresee us feeling a lot of feelings about kind of like purging an older version of ourselves. I think we're going to feel motivated to kind of like see who this new person is that we are evolving into. Sometimes we forget that we are meant to outgrow ourselves. We are supposed to evolve and change. And I feel like this full moon is really going to be bringing that to the forefront. I think this full moon would be really great to kind of do some self-reflection and see how you have evolved or how you have changed, in the last 2 years, in the last 5 years, in the last 10 years, however time span. This is a great moon to self-reflect and also do a little bit of manifesting about thinking about this next version that you are transforming into. What do you look like? What do you see yourself doing? What's your day-to-day? Take this opportunity to live that life so it makes it easier for you to step into that timeline. I think this will be a really good full moon and I'm looking forward to it. Some crystals that I recommend working with during this full moon is shungite, really good to help us clear old energy, old habits. I definitely recommend shungite on the full moon in Sagittarius. I also recommend working with Libyan desert glass if you have that cool tektite. I think that's great for helping us call in, this next version of ourselves. It's a very transformational tektite stone crystal. I mean, it's not really a crystal tektite, but whatever, you know what I'm saying. It's tektite, so it's space glass. And the final crystal I recommend working with is clear quartz, good old clear quartz. I think that would be great to kind of just magnify your vision of yourself. And next up, we have Venus entering into Leo on June 5th. Now, I wanted to talk about this because in July, Venus is going retrograde, and it's kind of a big deal. First up, let's think about Leo energy. Leo loves attention. They love the spotlight. They're very much not afraid to express themselves and be themselves, and they just like that attention. Venus is the planet of love, beauty, and money. So when Venus is going retrograde, we can kind of sense that we may be having some rose-colored glasses on during the retrograde period. Now, being that Venus is in Leo, this is going to directly impact our physical appearance, how we see ourselves, how we are acting out in the world. And Venus retrogrades are times when we shouldn't really change our appearance. I don't want to spoil me really diving into this in July, but I wanted to just put this on the forefront of your mind right now, because if you are planning on doing anything this summer that involves your physical appearance, buying a whole new wardrobe, renovating your home, I want to tell you now in June, this is kind of like the last few weeks that you can actually act on that, because in July, all of that is going to come to a halt because you're going to have those rose-colored glasses on. You're not going to be seeing things like long term. So I just wanted to mention, Venus entering into Leo, because we're going to start to feel like we want to change the way we look and stuff like that. So if you feel like you want to get a haircut, you want to dye your hair, or you want to buy a whole new wardrobe, do it in June, and towards the end of June, kind of lay off of it. Some crystals that I recommend working with, I'll probably repeat these in July, but just a heads up. I really recommend working with pink tourmaline, because this is also going to be a time when we are going to be feeling our heart expanding. So pink tourmaline is great for that. I also recommend working with rhodochrosite. That's really great for physical appearance, the way that we love ourselves and see ourselves as beautiful. So that's really good for that self-love energy. And then the last crystal I recommend is working with morganite. I love morganite. Jumping to our next astrological highlight, on June 17th, we have the new moon in Gemini and also Saturn going retrograde. Now, this energy, we're going to be feeling kind of like a little bit of this Saturn retrograde, but we're mainly going to be feeling like the new moon, basically. Saturn is a planet that is not like a personal planet like Venus, Mars, and Mercury. We really do feel the effects of those retrogrades more because they're closer to Earth. The outer planets, we don't really feel those as much. So although we're not really going to be feeling the Saturn retrograde, it's still something to be mindful of. So Saturn's influence on us, it's very much about order, being strict, authority figures. And when we kind of have the mesh of like this Gemini energy and also this Saturn retrograde energy, it's kind of like we might be feeling a little scatterbrained. Gemini is a master multitasker, and with Saturn coming in, this retrograde energy, it might make us feel like we are not on top of everything, a little bit chaotic. So it is just a time around this time to be mindful. Are you spreading yourself too thin? Like, are you taking on too much? Like, they really think about that. I think really the highlight of this new moon is going to be about setting intentions, about our connections with others and how we can all kind of like uplift each other and raise our vibrations together. What fills your cup up? How can that also, dip into another cup, fill someone else's cup in that way? I suggest, on the night of the new moon or the day after, to write your intentions and then speak them out loud. Gemini is all about communication. Let's work with our throat chakra. I think it would be great if maybe you wrote on sticky notes your intentions and placed them on like a mirror or somewhere you're going to see them, so that when you see them, you speak them out loud. One of my favorite hacks that I've been doing lately is having Jax Kelly shower affirmations on my mirror. I love those, and she has a bunch of different types of affirmations. Like, she has abundance one, she has self-love. I think she has another one, but I can't think of it. I think there's 3 different ones to pick from, but I love working with those. So, work with affirmations during this month. Some crystals that I recommend working with during this time for the new moon would be blue lace agate and also sodalite. Sodalite's been like my Saturn and Pisces crystal all year, so gotta mention it again. We gotta work with sodalite, guys. Also, if you have any of those crystals in a square shape, square shapes are really good during Saturn's retrograde time because they do bring so much order. So if you have any square crystals, I do recommend working with those during this time as well. Alrighty, and our last highlight is on June 21st, we welcome in Cancer season and the solstice. So for us on the northern hemisphere, it is the summer solstice. For those on the southern hemisphere, it is the winter solstice. Cancer season, and in my case, the summer solstice, really bring about the feelings of family and kind of like honoring our family and just spending time during the day, the longest day of the year, to honor, whatever it is that is bringing light in our life. And also this connection. Maybe it's not with family, maybe it's with the universe. It's a day to honor your connection with whoever it is that fills your heart center. I really recommend on this day to kind of spend the day doing like something that you love. Like maybe it's a ritual that you love to perform. It's a great day to honor the sun, to honor divine masculine energy. Like I said, if you can meet up with your family, maybe do a Zoom call with your family. It's a good day to connect with them. Cancer season is a really nice time. I feel like we all kind of catch a break during this time. Just connecting with water if you can. Also just kind of like tapping into your intuition and feeling tranquil. It's a really good time to practice those practices that bring you tranquility or calmness. Find out what those are and dabble with them during this time. Some crystals that I recommend during Cancer season and to work with during the summer solstice, specifically the summer solstice, would be sunstone. Like literally brings so much energy to you. You just feel invigorated. Great crystal to work with. Also amber. I love amber. For Cancer season, anything that really entices your third eye or brings you a calming energy, I really like scolecite. That brings me like the most calm. It's this beautiful white crystal. So those are a few crystal recommendations for that time. Overall, like I said, I'm pretty excited for June astrology just because it just feels good. Like looking at everything, I just feel like it's going to be a nice month. I think we really catch that break that we've been looking for. And there's a lot of opportunities for us to go within, plant seeds, and evolve. We're on this spiritual journey together. Like we're really all learning with each other during this time. And I just feel this connectedness. Maybe it's that Gemini energy, maybe it's that Cancer energy. I just feel connection and spiritual growth really feeling abundant in June. Okay, so let's now switch up to a crystal that I've been loving recently. I only have one crystal that I'm going to be sharing with you, but I have other things to talk about. But the crystal that I've been working with a lot is Hematoid Quartz. So this is one of my newer pieces that I got in kind of like my last crystal haul video. And I've been loving working with this crystal. Oh my gosh. I don't know if it's just kind of like this beautiful mixture of like hematite and clear quartz. It brings such like a grounded feeling towards reaching my higher self. Like I really feel like when I'm working with this crystal, I am literally my higher self. Like when I hold it in my hand right now, I feel like I'm like in the future. Like I feel like I am this girl that I am dreaming of. I've been doing a lot of kind of like meditations with it, envisioning this person. I don't know. I feel like a little bit of maybe a transformation happening in my life. I don't really know, to be honest. I just feel this spiritual connection right now. I've been kind of like attracted to, angel number 777. That's been following me. I lit this purple candle the other day to really work with my spirit guides and my angels in this spiritual connection. I just feel really tapped in right now. And I also feel like it's really interconnecting with June. And I feel like something's gonna happen. I don't know. I don't really know, but I'm attracted to it and I'm really liking the work that I'm doing with this stone. Okay, so this last little bit that I wanted to share with you that I thought was cool, that I thought was fun, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna share it with you guys because I just kind of like started doing this. So it involves your phone and a crystal. So recently, something that I guess kind of has transpired in my life is kind of just taking a step back from my phone. It's a whole nother thing, but I've just been kind of taking a break with kind of like social media in a sense. And something that I did that I thought was really cool was, you know how we always have our phones around us? It's like literally another body part basically. So the other day I was sitting on my couch and I was like, I need to stop looking at my phone. I keep looking at it and it's annoying me. So I put it in the other room and I grabbed a crystal. For this case, I just grabbed this like goddess stone. I had my phone in my room and I put it on the charger and I just had it away from me. And then I had this crystal next to me and I had it where my phone normally is on my couch and I just put it there. And then, I was watching TV or whatever, and I would subconsciously think like, oh, let me check my phone. And I would grab my crystal and I'd be like, oh, like, let me tune in, instead of going on my phone to tune out and like not be with myself, like having a crystal there, doing this crystal practice, it just helps you like just be more in the moment. It felt really good. And it was such a practice because I kept grabbing like my crystal, like I was grabbing my phone, like maybe like 3 times in like an hour. Like I was just like, wow, I'm very attached to my phone. This is really nice for me to really see how I need to like go inward and like connect with a crystal instead or what have you. I think a crystal is the perfect kind of like example for this because you just kind of like maybe you get a crystal that you love looking at, it really draws you in, might entice something in your mind. Try this out if you personally feel like you want to take a break from your phone. Maybe you just need like some kind of hack. I've been doing this and I've been really liking it, and I haven't really heard of anyone talk about this. I think it's kind of like a cool crystal hack, so I'll probably make a TikTok about this soon or talk about it on Instagram. I'll probably get back into the swing of posting very soon, but I have been enjoying this little break I've been on since I've been traveling and just go, go, go. It's been nonstop, that chaotic energy of needing to do everything all at once has been very prevalent in my life. So I've been definitely taking a step back with being on my phone and social media, but I feel like I've taken my time and I can slowly transition back to it. So I just wanted to share that because I thought it was kind of cool. Alrighty guys, so that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out. If you liked today's video learning about June's energy, please give this video a big thumbs up. If you are new here, I would love it if you subscribed. If you want to keep seeing or hearing from me about the energetic themes of the month ahead, definitely subscribe so you can see every single one I put out. I do them at the beginning of the month and I love doing them. So thank you so much for being here and for watching, and I will see you in my next one.